player with Partick Thistle. In fact, the goalkeeper for Rangers, Lewis Budanauskas, his father actually played with David McClelland at Partick Thistle. So referees check to watches, we're underway. It's Raja Casablanca, Raja Club Athletic, as they are now all in green, attacking the goal to the right-hand side in this first half. So just 3 teams in each group, don't forget Aspire Academy making up this group. So a win for Rangers would put them in a very strong position. And of course they will play Aspire Academy in their final group game in a couple of days' time. Raja needed a single penalty to beat Aspire Academy. Zemirani with that penalty. Aspire, of course, had 2 players sent off in that game, which has got a bit bad-tempered in the second half. Early chance for Dixon to run at the Raja defence. O'Connor, lovely ghosting past his man. Dixon was the man in the centre. Nick Summerby's joined me in the commentary box.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to see what Rangers have got. It's obviously a little bit closer to home. There's all the flags with the Union Jack flags. It's the Doha Loyals we can see over there. But good lively start from Rangers down the right-hand side. If they can just put a little bit more quality into the box, that would be better though. But it's all set for a really good encounter.
I'll say, as we were saying, there's 7 Scottish youth internationals, a couple of Northern Ireland internationals in there as well. So it's a team that's already very highly rated in terms of playing youth team football at national level. A lot of these players will be involved in the UEFA Championships coming up in the summer. And Rangers in that position where in Scotland at the moment it's sort of been rearranged. They play under 18, under 16. So again, this is a side pulled from those 2 sets of players. So Thompson, number 10, is only just turned 15. Here he is on the ball now.
He's only 15, big boy for 15. Look at him,
well, he's literally just turned 15.
Tell you what, he's grown well, and obviously a centre-half there. They're moving the ball around across the back as we're used to seeing in a lot of the games now. Just waiting for that opportunity for it to open up. But this is good for Rangers, showing a lot of confidence in the early parts of the game.
Well, it shows what a prospect he is, the number 10, Thompson. He's actually played for Rangers' reserve team already against Spartak Moscow in a 2-2 friendly match. Here's Miller. O'Connor. Good positive start this from Rangers, but Causland can't bring the ball under control. Big win for Raja the other night, wasn't it, against Aspire Academy? I know Aspire were down to 9 men, but they played some better football than I think we saw from the Raja side that were here a couple of years ago. Shot from Dixon, which is comfortably saved by Zubir.
Good lively start, got to say that by Rangers. Yeah, but well done by Raja in the first game. Always difficult when you come up against Aspire because you know the quality what they have. So they've obviously got that first victory, so they can relax a little bit. It's obviously Rangers' first outing out, obviously in this competition. So it's their adrenaline will be pumping because they've obviously watched the games before, and they just can't wait to get out there and start moving the ball around. They look like they're enjoying it in these early stages.
Top 2 teams in each group qualify for the quarter-finals. The bottom place team in each group will contest the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th place matches. Don't forget, if you're watching on the Alkass International Cup website or on our Facebook page, you can add your comments in. Always interested to know what you think of football at this level.
I don't think there's any complaint at all. You know, this is where the players, this is where you get a chance to see them before they go on and be superstars and go and make their way in the professional game. This is the best competition for this age group now. It's proved it because it's just short of 30 players. When you watch the games, when you watch the show before, and it shows all these players what have won Champions League now who have started off playing in this competition. So this is a chance for you to be a manager. This is a chance for you to look at these players and you try and pick who you think's going to go on and be a star.
Well, of course, on the other hand as well, there will be some that go on to be stars, but there will some players that will never really make it to the top of the professional game, and that's why education is so important, isn't it, for a lot of these teams. A lot of them bring tutors with them, and they still have to go through lessons, some of them, while they're in this tournament, because there's no guarantee they're ever going to make it as a professional.
There's no guarantee. I suppose that's the same in any walk of life. But with this here, they get given every opportunity, they get given every tool. Basically, the football clubs, I was speaking to the technical director at Paris Saint-Germain, all they do is give the players every opportunity, help them, guide them, you know, and hopefully they can make it. But when you say the top of the tree, you're okay, you're looking at Champions League teams and Premier League teams and all around the world. It hasn't got to be that. If you can make a living as a professional footballer and get through it, that's as good as anything. It's the most difficult thing. You might be playing in a lower league somewhere. As long as you do it, you know, you're playing to your potential.
That was a great ball over the top from Thompson, and a good positive run by McCausland as well, which has won a corner for Rangers. It just opened up for them for a moment. Lamek was the defender, struggling to cope with McCausland's run. In the end, it was Hosey that got back with a foot in to concede the corner. Plenty of movement from the central defenders that have come forward. That's a good header, just into the arms of the goalkeeper, Zabir.
I think he's got to do better. The cross goes in. If he's a little bit more aggressive with his header, he maybe gets a header in on target. But we literally just 5 minutes, 6 minutes ago, we were wondering what sort of side Rangers are going to be in this tournament. Well, they're a good side, very organised, and at the moment they're controlling this game.
Victory in their first game is almost, I think, almost guaranteed Raja a place in the knockout stages. It's not always a given, of course. If each team wins their own game, then we could come down to goal difference, goals scored, head-to-heads, etc., etc.
Yeah, a lot of confidence so far in the game by Rangers. Good movement, good on the ball as well. At the moment, Raja are on the outskirts of this game looking in. It's obviously a strong side Rangers have brought out. But speaking about Steven Gerrard, obviously the ex-Liverpool and England legend, he's now the manager of Rangers, and he is a big fan of bringing youth through, which is wonderful to have a manager like that. I think he's brought 5 or 6 players through who've had appearances with the first team, you know, and that's what these players want, you know, knowing that there's a way through.
Lovely ball forward for Henderson. Nice pull back. It's a great chance. Takes a deflection. It's a great chance for Kennedy. Offside flag was up, but once again, Raja's defence has just been opened up by Rangers. It was halted by an offside flag. It was Kennedy that got the shot in, but a really positive start here for the Scottish team.
Absolutely, down this left-hand side, we want to have an end product, pulls it back. It's got to really do better. I think it was blocked with the shot. There's it pulled back, there's the over. Got to do better, got to just try and pick where he's going to place it and just put it past the keeper. But once again, well done by Rangers. Good start to this game.
Good challenge by Henderson. Kennedy, under pressure from Hosey. Stayed on his feet, Kennedy. Dixon. Thompson. Here's McClellan, the Rangers captain. Northern Ireland Youth International. He's Scottish, so he's eligible for both. Has played for Northern Ireland, but can choose either one if he so wishes.
Totally in control of this game at the moment. Rangers looking very confident, doing it with a little bit of a swagger as well, you have to say that. Laying the ball forward now, twisting and turning. Raja cannot get a foothold in this game.
Yeah, the coach was telling me that they played a youth tournament a few months ago, and it sort of wasn't common knowledge, but he bumped into Steven Gerrard and he knew all about the results and who played well, and so he's got his spies in the camp, the coach. He knows exactly what's going on through his club, which, as a player, when you think he came through that wonderful academy at Liverpool, he appreciates the value of bringing youth players through because he's been there himself.
Yeah, you've got to have that. I mean, that's what people want to see. That's what the fans want to see. There's nothing better than seeing a homegrown player or someone who's come through the academy and all of a sudden he makes it onto the first team. That's what it's all about. I mean, it's not telling you anything new about the problems what Rangers have had over the years with going down through the divisions, getting themselves in trouble financially. But the best thing is bringing some youth through. You know, you can, even if you sell these players on, you earn money. Not that Rangers are a selling club, but it's all about the youth, and it doesn't surprise me at all with Gerrard. That's what his game is all about. That's how he had his chance at Liverpool. And he will be hands-on with the youth developments, that's for sure.
Ball wide for Kennedy. Want to keep it in play, but the throw-in goes the way of Raja. Played here in 2017, don't forget. Raja Club Athletic, or they were Raja Casablanca then. Lost their all 3 games to PSV Eindhoven, Aspire Academy and Bayern Munich. Sheer delight when they got that victory the other night, that second half penalty from Zamroui. We haven't seen much of them in an offensive sense as yet in this game. Rahimi, the only change to the starting lineup today. Just bundled off the ball by Thompson. Unfairly, says the Australian referee. So a free kick to Raja.
Well done by Rahimi down this right-hand side. That's better from Raja. He just gets the ball, runs past the defenders, gets brought down, but good positive play. Now there's a chance. It's just down on this right-hand side. There's a chance for a left-footed cross to get whipped into the box. We're right behind it now. You want to whip it more or less to where the penalty spot is. Here we go. Here's the cross. Great delivery.
It is a good delivery as well. Oh, it just bounces up and away from Mitash. Well taken by Budanauskas in the Rangers goal. Little pocket of Raja supporters over on the far side. You can hear them making plenty of noise. I think that's possibly the Etoile Sportif players in the red tracksuits over on that far side.
It's the first time we've seen Raja there with an effort really on goal. It came from the free kick down on this right-hand side. It's all been about Rangers moving the ball around. They dropped very deep as well, Raja, so they're giving them the possession with the centre halves and the left back down here. They can have as much possession as they want. It's about when they go into the Raja half, that's when they're going to make it tight. That's when they're going to try and hunt the ball back.
The Rangers Academy was completely remodelled 4 years ago. It's aimed at developing new culture, new values. It's got its overall aim of wanting to become one of Europe's top academies. Some fantastic facilities around in terms of youth football these days at various clubs. Sharuki. Back to Zabir, the goalkeeper. Had to be quick with that one.
Once again, now keep the pressure. This is good by Rangers. Once again, trying to play out from the back. Well done by Raja. But I do like them when the goalkeeper had it. Look, they've kept them under pressure here now. All of a sudden, they still have the ball, though. And the ball's just gone over to the left-hand side.
Abdinabi. He was one of the big danger men the other night against Aspire. Just got the better of O'Connor, but hooked away by McClelland. Zamroui. He eventually gets the shot in, but well wide of Budanauskas' post. But Raja just starting to come a little bit more into the game now in the last few moments, having pretty much on the back foot from Rangers. There are their loyal supporters.
Just saying then, they were put under a lot of pressure playing out from the back. Somehow or other they made it through to midfield, out on the left-hand side. Really finished off with a strike then, but you get that feeling now. Raja are doing this slightly better in that final third than what Rangers are. Rangers having a lot of possession, but not at the moment really doing very much with it.
Well, we saw 2 very different performances from our debutants yesterday. Etoile Sportif de Sahel beating Bayern Munich 3-2. They were 3-0 up until the final 5 minutes when Bayern got a couple of goals back, and a great performance from Spartak Moscow despite losing 3-2 to Real Madrid. Playing a very exciting brand of football, which we're looking forward to seeing again when they take on their second match. The Rangers have given a good account of themselves in the opening 14 minutes here as well. Still goalless. It's day 3 of the Alkass International Cup here from Aspire Zone in Qatar. El Khalafi. Away by Dixon.
Tell you something, then it opens up. They really start playing some good football in midfield. They get it down that left-hand side. Seems to trip over the ball when he gets into the box. It was a good opportunity. He should have got a strike in, should have got a decent cross in. Seemed to just delay a little bit when he was in control of the ball and in a dangerous area as well.
Kennedy. Miller. Kennedy. The Causland. Good in possession, Rangers at the moment, not rushed in getting the ball forward, just waiting for something to happen for them. Here's Henderson. McKinnon.
This is good play, McKinnon. This is better. Now we go. We have a little bit of a go, getting on the outside, try to get the cross in.
Well, he did well, Young Coombs. He was off balance and it's gone in. It's a great goal. Rangers take the lead. Made by Nathan Young Coombs, the man they signed from Chelsea. McKinnon with his back to goal did exceptionally well to get the shot in. And what a good goal that is.
It starts off with him as well. Good play down right through the middle. Look at driving through there. He follows his run into the box. The cross comes in. Very difficult skill. Twists and turns with his right foot. Puts it into the far corner. Made by McKinnon. Scored by McKinnon. 1-0 to Rangers.
Well out of the reach of the goalkeeper. And a fine goal for Rangers. Here's McKinnon on the chase once again. Hauzi will just get to the ball first.
I'm just saying once again, once you start being positive, once you start getting at the defences, things happen. And that's the difference between the game. All of a sudden, Rangers have gone a bit positive, got the ball into the box. They've managed to get that 1-goal lead. Be more positive, have a go.
Well, the youth group has made a wonderful start to the season in Scotland. 14 wins and 2 draws. They were 12 points clear in their league going into the Christmas break, which is not a bad place to be.
I just feel I think the emphasis on these players is about them playing football out the back, and I think we lose a little bit of them defending first and foremost. I think you run at these players, I'm talking about the Premier League, wherever, you get a bit of joy because they're not used to it. You know, they're used to people playing in front of them and picking the passes from there. You run directly at them, they do not like it and don't know what to do.
Zemrou's ball in. Free kick goes Rangers' way. Mitac was the player challenging. Thompson.
Now they can afford to enjoy the keeping the ball around. With Raja have to push on now. They've got to get back into the game. But this is impressive by Rangers. This is good play now into the box. This is better. This is what we want. There's the flick there. Doesn't quite get it right though, but that's good play again then from Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers were delighted to get the number 20, Nathan Young Coombs. They'd been watching him for a while. He suddenly became available from Chelsea and they were quick to snap him up. England under-16 international. Chances you would think would be limited at Chelsea. He's got a good chance of breaking through, you would think, at Rangers. He's already looked impressive with his movements up front in the opening minutes here. This is Miller. Here he is again, Young Coombs. Oh, just got clipped there by Lamech. And it'll be a yellow card, I think, for the Raja defender. First yellow card of the game.
Good running, great running. He's a willing runner. It's always good when you've got a centre forward that runs in and out, in behind the fullbacks. And all of a sudden he gets the foul. He just gets brought down there. He's just getting in front of the defender. He just clips his heels, down he goes. Now this is a good chance as well for Rangers. It's a good area, maybe an effort at goal. Probably, for me, I think it should be an effort at goal. It's quite difficult unless it's going to be with a left foot, just whipping it up over that, towards that far post. I would be looking with a right foot, just to whip your foot round there. Let's have a look what the keeper can do. Got to really get the pace and the power on the ball.
Kieran Dixon and Kai Kennedy over the ball. A host of blue shirts on the edge of the penalty area, just 2 staying back for Rangers as they look to try and add a second goal. Full start from Kennedy.
Here we go.
Great shot again, Youngkoom's on the turn. Zubir with the save. I think it was a free kick they probably worked out in training between Kennedy and Dixon between them.
Yeah, the cross comes in though, wonderful turn, does everything right. You just think, well, go on. He's got to hit the target, but he just smashes it straight at the goalkeeper. Anywhere to the side of the goalkeeper, maybe it's a goal, but still again, Rangers starting to boss this game. Looking good, looking confident.
Raja haven't really got into the game as yet. Murajid goes back towards his own goal. The officials had a long think about that one before giving Rangers the throw. Taken by Matt Henderson. Thompson.
Very mature performance by Rangers. We wonder what they would be like. We saw Celtic a couple of seasons ago, but they're doing the right thing, in control, got some good players on the ball, very positive as well. Now this is the run, look at that run there, getting on the outside. Well done by the defender. The foul's been given, but I thought the defender maybe have got the ball there. But what a cracking ball that is, and what an outlet that is.
That's a second yellow card for Lamek. He was booked a moment ago, and Raja are down to 10. Well, the referee applying the letter of the law. Well, he was just outside the penalty area. He was so close to being in. We might just need to clarify that one. We have got VAR, of course, just in case. The referee saw the initial contact as being outside, but it's Raja down to 10 men. Laya Lamek with a second yellow, and it's right on the line. It couldn't have been any closer to being a penalty.
Once again, good running as well. He just gets that final touch as he goes in, the defender. Watch the touch. There's the touch to get away from him, and the defender brings him down. Once again, great running from the centre forward. He really did well there to get him behind. Determination to get that touch, and all of a sudden then the defender sells himself and he just catches him, and obviously it's a second yellow card, so he's sent off.
Well, Raja found themselves playing against 9 men against Aspire. Now it's them that's down to 10 men. Once again, the same two players over the free kick, Dixon and Kennedy. Here's Kennedy, went towards that top corner, wasn't a bad effort, wasn't too far away. Well, plenty to think about for Hicham Abasharune. Well struck free kick. Well, a shot from the free kick, rather.
Yeah, dominating the game so far, Rangers. A couple of free kicks on this left-hand side. Just cut inside the last time, tried to bend it to that far corner, gets a little bit too much on it, but you get the feeling that they're comfortable in this game, and they have the goal as well. Just coming up to 23 minutes, Rangers are leading this game 1-0 and looking comfortable and looking a very good side as well.
We're only just past the midway point of the first half. Raja down to 10 men. Looks as though El Idrissa El Arahi has dropped back into the back four to give them a little bit of stability back there. We may well see a change by the coach. Rahimi wins the throw.
Just a little bit sloppy by Rangers then, giving the ball away. Just enable Raja to go down. They've now got a throw in just to the right-hand side of the pitch.
Samraoui over the free kick, the man who scored the penalty in the opening match. A little group of 3 players on the edge of the penalty area. Rahimi just making his way to the back of the D. It's in swinging again in towards Budunauskas. A good take by the goalkeeper. Gathered it at the second attempt, but no danger. Saw a mistake yesterday by Kynes, the Bayern Munich goalkeeper that presented a goal to Etoile. Safe pair of hands that time. Kennedy. Miller. There's Dixon.
Dixon there just looking for that little bit of space, playing it through to midfield, just controlling the ball all the way from the back into midfield. Now this is where they come alive now, Rangers. Just a little bit sloppy. Raja now on the attack.
Rahimi. Hausi. Better from Raja. Hausi. Needed a good cross, didn't get the cross. Second time of asking. Headed away by Thompson.
Yeah, good defending then from Rangers, staying on your feet, not selling yourself. All of a sudden they've gone this left-hand side, they've got the free kick, they've taken it quickly. There's real energy about the Rangers' performance. They're keeping they're having a lot of possession.
Well, they've certainly taken the game to Raja in this first half. Good overlap again from O'Connor. Sliced away by Alkass, prevents the corner. O'Connor will gather though. Did well to get that across, it almost reached young Coombs. McClelland.
Once again, just sweeping it up in the centre half there, keeping all the possession, back to the goalkeeper. They'll work it again, it's from the left-hand side, now it's on the right-hand side of defence here now. Just, I think it's the first time you're going to see a number 10 playing as a centre half, by the way, I've got to say now. He's playing at the back straight away. You think of that number 10 as a striker, as a Pele, as a whatever, Maradona, you know, but he's playing as a centre half for Rangers today.
Kennedy. Thompson. Back to McClelland. Rangers leading here by 1-0. Cole McKinnon with the goal. Lamech has been sent off for Raja. Very nearly gave away a penalty. It was literally right on the line. It's a good decision by the referee who spotted the contact to just come outside the penalty area.
Raja have got to start engaging. They're standing off. Rangers just keeping all the possession. It's far too easy. You've got to push up the pitch a bit. You've got to stop them. I know you're only down to 10 men, but you have to get back into this game of football. It's far too easy at the moment for Rangers. The possession, they're getting hold of the ball. They're looking up. There's a player in acres of space. You know, it's far too easy. They're getting run around all over the place at the moment, Raja. They've got to try and make a game of this.
Step back to McClelland. Here's Dixon coming deep to win the ball back for Rangers. McKinnon, goal scorer. It's a very good goal as well, made by Nathan Young-Coombs. Back to goal McKinnon, but got the shot in beyond Zabir. Kennedy. Dixon.
Once again, there's just all the green shirts of Raja, everybody behind the ball, making it difficult for Rangers. The Rangers are just keeping the ball, moving it across the back, moving it from side to side. You know, they have nothing to worry about. They're winning this 1-0, but this is a good ball in and behind the Raja defence.
Yeah, and towards McCausland. Alkass manages to get the ball away. Zamraoui. Amitash. And a free kick given away by Rangers. That's Possibly one of the first free kicks they've given away in the game. Might just be a telling off here as well for McKinnon. Just a little bit late onto the challenge.
It's there, ball's there to be won. You know, that's it. You look at it on these HD pictures and everything looks bad. It's not the challenge was there. As long as that ball's not trying to break a leg or anything like that, for me, you just carry on. You're always, if you're going for a tackle and you miss it, you're always going to catch somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean it should be a card or anything. This is where I think the referees come in and use common sense. You know, they talk to them and say, hang on, just be careful next time. I think we've got to have a little bit more of that involved in the game, where they can just talk at situation, be careful, next time I'll stick you in the book. You know, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It hasn't got to be right off the computer.
Abdernabi. Ball in behind his teammate again, Henderson away. Connor got up highest above Al-Khalafi. Rogers' attack breaks down once again. Now Kennedy, chance to move the ball around for Rangers.
Well done by Kennedy, good play, positive, looking to go forward first. It didn't happen, so then you check back, keeping possession, attracting two players as well.
As McKinnon draws the foul. You could see the foul coming. Chiruki was always going to try and get the tackle in from the wrong side. Clever play by McKinnon. Yeah, clear foul. It's another free kick from this near side. Once again, Kennedy and Dixon will plot between them. Good looking ball in again, glancing header from Nathan Young-Coombs. Good save by the goalkeeper. Wouldn't have seen that one till late, Zubair. Just a glancing header from the striker, and it very nearly is a second goal for Rangers. Credit to the goalkeeper for making a wonderful save.
Yeah, that's what we talk about, using a free kick to your advantage. What a wonderful delivery into the far post, just needs a slices of touches. Coombs gets it, you think it's going to go in that far corner. The keeper's there to make a save though, but well worked. End product to it, was unfortunate not to get a goal there. Good play from Rangers. Looking at the Raja fans over there, absolutely having a great time, singing all the way through. It's, you know, when you get fans from that part of the world, they really are fanatical about the football. They're from Casablanca in Morocco, and it's 45,000 people at their stadium. There's a real passion there. It's the club of the people, isn't it?
There's a look at the goal again from McKinnon. Silenced them for a moment, but they were soon back in good voice. Yeah, the North Africans are very, very passionate. So the Tunisians here in numbers for the Etoile game yesterday, and of course Esperance, who were here previously. McKinnon just limping off. Would be okay though, he's had a bit of treatment.
I think David McCallum, the head coach, is going to be delighted with this first 33 minutes of Rangers. They've stamped their authority on the game. They've come up against a side who has already won their opening game. You know, and I think it's been a good performance. We were looking to see what they're all about, and they can cause problems in this tournament, that's for sure.
Rangers corner. Just too high for Young-Coombs to get ahead of it. Rangers should pick up the loose ball. Thompson. Henderson. Miller. Very much controlling things at the moment, Rangers. Been a very good start to the tournament for them. McKinnon. McCausland, just coming in from that right-hand side. Well cut out by McClelland again. Read it beautifully with Abdernabi behind him. Nicely done by Thompson.
Look at that for a pass as well. That's what you want, positive. There's a famous saying when Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal, anytime you get the ball in midfield, you cannot go backwards or to the side. It has to be a forward pass. That's what I like there, straight away positive. You've got to do it as early as possible for it to open up there. And the same thing again now, when it opens up your bit of space, drive into it. If it doesn't work, you come back on yourself. You know, that's your option. When it doesn't work, then you can go back and start again on the other side. But good positive play. Starting to enjoy it out here now, Rangers.
Here's a chance, Young Coombs. Angle was tight, goalkeeper saves with his leg, and Young Coombs again, who went close a moment or so ago, goes close again, hits the target, forces the save from the goalkeeper. Lovely build-up though from Rangers.
Yeah, Young Coombs is doing really well. This is running what he's doing. He's a really willing runner. And he's getting the ball at the right time. Just didn't fall for him. Manages to get his shot in, which is great, but the keeper just manages to prod it out for a corner over on that right-hand side, and it is plain sailing at the moment for Rangers. They're enjoying it out there.
Well, it was a clever little ball over the top from Kai Kennedy in the first place to set Young Coombs through. McCausland was there as well. Overcomes the Rangers corner. Volleyed away from danger by Rahimi. Miller's the furthest man back. They seem a really good group, staying at the same hotel as Rangers. 6 teams at the one hotel, 6 at the other. Bounces awkwardly, and they were at lunch yesterday, and a whole group of them walked off into the Aspire Park and went to the coffee shop and all sat and had a coffee, and just, you know, just a nice group, keeping them together. And it's not just about what happens on the field, it's about, you know, team building, isn't it? And being away from home and learning to cope with, you know, a lot of these boys won't have been away from home for any great length of time before, and it's all about everything else that goes around the tournament as well. Here's another great chance. Oh, what a goal that is from Kennedy. Well, the man who set up Young Coombs a moment or so ago has got his name on the score sheet. Kai Kennedy gets a second goal for Rangers, and the 16-year-old has doubled his side's advantage. It's Raja Club Athletic 0, Rangers 2.
Yeah, wonderful start again then from Rangers. Great play, they're working it, looking at the side. That's going to get a goal, but look at this for a turn. In and out, in and around the box, just opens it up on his right foot and slides it past the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. Kennedy with the second goal. Ranger enjoying it out there today.
I'll say he already plays with the reserves. Kai Kennedy's actually trained with the first team, and you can see there's real potential there. Scottish under-17 international, puts his shot beyond Zabir, and this has been a very, very good half for the Scottish side.
They've controlled everything, they've controlled the tempo. Raja really haven't had any sort of opportunities. If anything, it's come from a free kick, but it's all been about Rangers soaking it all up at the back, trying to create situations when it's right, getting in behind them. You've got to say as well, Coombs is a really willing runner, and they are controlling everything about the game, and they look strong, look organised. It's very, very difficult to look for a negative from this first half with Rangers.
Well, because they had a tough time as a club, Rangers. They were relegated down to the 3rd tier of Scottish football. Slowly managed to claw their way back into the Scottish Premier League. I have to say, as a football fan, it's great to see the Old Firm derby back on the calendar 4 times a season, because it really is one of the big football fixtures, not just in Scotland or in the UK, but in the world, isn't it? It's such a great atmosphere.
Yeah, of course it is. That's what it's all about. You've got to have that. But I was speaking before in the studio, and we said, you remember when they played the UEFA Cup final at Manchester, and they took 200,000 fans down to Manchester? You know, I was in Manchester at the time. I could not believe what it was actually like then. I think one of the screens went down. There was carnage going on. But they're a huge worldwide football club, you know, supported everywhere, and it's massive. And I'm so happy that they're back on now, and all of a sudden they're having their Old Firm games, because that means a lot to everybody.
Yeah, a friend of mine's promised me a ticket for one of them at some point, and I'm definitely taking him up on the offer. It's a game that I'd love to go to, I must be honest.
I've been to 3 or 4. We went with Chris when we were playing at Sunderland. It's fantastic. It's something you definitely have to go to. Electric atmosphere, the hatred between the two fans, but you know, that is all part and parcel of it. It's definitely something you've got to do.
Attack by McClelland. Rangers very much in control here. 6 minutes to go to half-time. Dixon has just taken a knock just down on his haunches at the moment. Just took a knock on his right ankle, I think, a moment or so ago. Referee will just check, see if he's okay. Don't think he'll need treatment, though. Well, we said, didn't we? You know, we've seen Real Madrid come here and always do well. We've seen Paris Saint-Germain win it 3 times. You know, sometime at some point, an underdog is going to come through and win this tournament. And you look, Spartak last night, I know they lost their opening game but showed great skill. Rangers have shown that they can probably compete with the best here, and this could be the year that we see what's the right word? Say a less fancied side, if you like. Maybe that's not the right word, but a side we wouldn't expect perhaps to win. They've got another great chance here. Good save from McCausland.
Yeah, just going back, I think from Anenzi, they won it in 2013. That was a little surprise. Aspire Football Dreams, maybe a little one, but yeah, it has that type of feel this year round. Maybe it's going to be somebody who we're not talking about.
Raja are down to 10 men, don't forget, having had Lamek sent off early on in the first quarter of the game, so there'll be one or two tired Raja legs out there in the second half, having to make up for their teammates' absence. Rangers are taking advantage, stroking the ball around with a real confidence and an air in their step at the moment.
Just going off what you were saying then, I mean, we've had Qatar winning the Asia Cup. Nobody thought at all they'd have a chance of winning that. Maybe it's the type of year where, not the underdog, there's the side where you least expect it's going to win.
And Newport County in the 5th round of the FA Cup after last night, playing Manchester City in the next round. What an occasion that is. That's
the beauty of football. That's why, because you can, no matter where you are, no matter what league you're in, all of a sudden a one-off game of football and you get it right, anything can happen. That is the beauty of football. That's why we love the game.
Here comes McClellan, good challenge. I love the fact the goalkeeper Joe Day had to dash off at the final whistle because his wife actually had twins while the game was going on. Fantastic story. Quick shake of the hands with the manager and he said, "I've got to go now, Gaffer." Good ball forward. The goalkeeper was a little hesitant. It's a great chance here for Rahimi. Into the side netting though. And that's probably the best chance Raja have had in this first half. They haven't had too many, having to just settle back, having lost a player, but that's not a bad effort from Rahimi.
It's probably a little bit of too much of a tight angle. He tries to get his foot round it, doesn't get his foot round it enough, but that's just a little bit of a warning to Rangers, even though they're winning this game 2-0. Raja aren't giving in, they're going to have a go as well. Just going off as well what you were saying then, talking about the team that won last night. Who was the team who's playing City?
Newport County.
Newport County, but if you're ever watching YouTube, you must watch the class of '82. It's Giggs, Scholes, Neville, Nicky Butt, who used to play for Manchester United. They've gone and bought this club, Salford City. And it's the story about when they got, it's a proper football club where people have got to work and they've got a centre forward who's a good-looking guy, and all of a sudden one day they've got a big cup game, but he's got a modelling job to do in Milan, and it's all these little bits and bobs of stories where it's proper football. It's not. It's sometimes it's part-time for people, and if you get the opportunity, you've got to watch it, because obviously those players that have come from Manchester United and everything's done for them, it's the first time they get the sample of what real football is all about. Just saying that, I think Beckham's got involved with the football club as well, because it is now in the league, so they brought it into the league, so quite interesting.
He's got an MLS franchise as well, hasn't he, David Beckham, in Miami, I think? Anyway, corner counts to nothing for Rangers, but they continue to threat. Here's Kai Kennedy, wins another corner for his team. So they're finishing the first half strongly, a couple of minutes to go to half-time. Those Raja fans are still making plenty of noise. David McCallum will be delighted with the way his side have started this tournament. They haven't really put a foot wrong in this first half. Great looking ball in once again, stabbed away by Hauzi. Thompson was twisting and turning on the edge of the box, couldn't get the shot in. Oh, brilliant tackle. Real tussle going on with Chiruki, the Raja captain. And Rangers will come away with the ball. McClelland back towards his own goal and back to his central defensive position. Miller.
I'll take that now, Rangers going in at half-time, 2-0 up. There's the second goal scorer, Kennedy on the ball, just twisting and turning. He's a player himself. Just controlling the game now, just letting the clock run.
McClellan. Lovely ball. McCausland, great quick feet from the wide man. Oh, he's done brilliantly. It's young Coombs. Took over from McCausland. The angle was a little bit tight once again. He gets a less than favourable ricochet off a defender. Zamrui. Rangers picking the ball off once again. Maybe fear for Raja in the second half, because Rangers looking threatening every time they go forward. McKinnon. O'Connor. Young Coombs. Dixon tried to feed it back to Young Coombs. He's prevented it from going for the goal kick. Alkass trying to shepherd it over the line.
I think next up for Rangers is on Friday, the 8th of February, where they play Aspire Academy.
Aspire were without two key players, of course, Ayeshan Khalifa, the captain, who were both sent off in the game against Raja, so a couple of changes for Fabio to make in that match, but Rangers won't worry about other teams. They're just concerned about how they play the game. Here's McCausland trying to get away through. Too many green shirts on the edge of the penalty area, though. A minute to be added at the end of the first half. We're just into that now. A challenge from Henderson. Star of the future, maybe. Looking on.
Yeah, it's been a comfortable half for Rangers, very impressive, you have to say that. Looking forward to when they get tested more. Hopefully they get tested a bit more second half, but it looks like it's plain sailing so far in this game now. They're pretty much bossing it everywhere all over the pitch, moving the ball around, keeping possession when they've got to keep possession, being positive when they've got to be positive, getting round the back, creating opportunities. So all in all, I think the managers should be delighted with this first half.
Here's Kennedy. Good ball in again from Henderson. McCausland, not too sure what he was doing there. Awkward one though for the Raja defenders to deal with. They've got it back up to halfway as the whistle goes for half-time. What a good half that was for Glasgow Rangers. Debutants in the tournament, but they lead here by 2-0. It was Cole McKinnon, the man who's just limping off at the moment, that put them in front. And then Kai Kennedy added a second, but Rangers very much controlled not just the goal scoring, but also the possession in that first game. Lamek there was sent off early on in the game, inside the first quarter for Raja. So they will play the whole of the second half with 10 men. Nathan Youngcoombs forced a great save from Zabir with a flick header. He's been a threat as well. Raja fans are here in numbers, outnumbering their Scottish opponents, but it is the team from north of the border in England, in the UK rather, that are doing okay. Just ricocheted off the defender. McKinnon had his back to goal, but it was a brilliant finish beyond Zabir. And the sending off, second yellow card for Lamek. And Rangers were able to capitalise. Brilliant feet on the edge of the area from Kai Kennedy, and a shot placed out of the reach of Zabir to put David McCallum's side 2 goals to the good at half-time. Any Rangers fans watching on Facebook will be delighted with the way their side have approached this first half. As we take a quick look at the stats from that first half, Rangers have pretty much dominated everything down the right-hand side apart from tackles. It's been a very good first half. They'll hope for more of the same in the second. Rangers leading Raja by 2-0 at half-time.
It is.
It's half-time in the first match of the day on day 3 of the Alkass International Cup 2019. Raja Club Athletic 0, Rangers Football Club from Scotland 2. Chris Makin is in the studio with me, and we were wondering before the match, what are we going to get from Scotland? We've spoken to David McCallum, the coach, and he was confident, but and we've been surprised on the good side.
Maybe the coach, Dave McCallum, hasn't been surprised, but that was total domination for 45 minutes, really. There was only one half chance that went to Raja right at the end of the first half. But apart from that, what a performance. I mean, talk about coming to a tournament where you've never played before, giving a performance that makes the players settle down. They're all full of confidence. At the end of the first half there, everyone's wanting to get on the ball. Everyone wants to touch the ball. And it's just been perfection, hasn't it, really? I think they could do with the third goal, and then they can make the changes in the second half. I think we'll find David doing that.
You like this positive
here,
play, and goodness me.
This man here, Coombs, he'll just make the runs all day long. It reminds me of Sadar from Iran. Remember, just keeps running, and he's running their defence into the ground.
And then Cole McKinnon with the final goal. And by the way,
we always say
it's a nifty goal, this, from him.
A fantastic technique, by the way, on the half turn there. And we always say, when you pass the ball, don't admire your pass, don't stand still. And he follows it in there, McKinnon, and what a finish that is to the far post.
Do you get the feeling with Rangers that we've got players who are there right on the edge? It's under 17 tournament. They are at that age. They look physically strong, physically fit. I don't know, just looking at them now, they look the full age, which is nothing wrong with that. That's what it is.
Yeah, the football they played has been absolutely outstanding. I go to the fact that Steven Gerrard is a product of coming through the youth system, so it can only be good for these players.
Yeah.
He'll be getting the match reports and the scouting reports from these games. So, I mean, you've got a great chance of making the grade at Rangers. I mean, this is just great skill on the ball here by McKinnon again. He just picks up in midfield, plays the ball forward, but then carries on his run. Look, he doesn't stop Rod. See him in the middle of the picture now.
And then he's got his space.
Exactly, yeah. And now it's all about your first touch. There we go. I mean, I think really, if he is aiming for the far post, he's done really well there. But I think he's just turned there. He's just trying to hit the target. But great goal.
Let's jump straight to the second goal, because you talk about being on the fringe of the first team. Kai Kennedy, who puts this one in, has been training with the first team. He's already there, and he looks like it.
Great awareness, and you can tell, and you can always tell a good player by the way they finish with the ball. And this one, he doesn't lash at it, passes it into the back of the net. Watch this now, just coming up. That's a great awareness. Knows where he is on the pitch, knows his surroundings, knows where the green shirts are of Raja. Look at this for a turn. See him have a quick look up then. But then he just slots it past the keeper, he passes it past the keeper. I always think it's a sign of a good player.
Yeah, let's have a closer look at that, because it is great to see, and it's wonderful to see a player who's already, on the verge of being a first team player.
Yeah, I remember when the first sessions I was sent into the first team training by Joe Royal, and the pace of even the training sessions was just.
Was that at Oldham Athletic?
Yeah, and they was a good team at the time, and it just takes your breath away. But it makes you think quicker. You've got to be on your toes. You've got to have pictures in your head. Otherwise, they'll take the ball off you, or they'll out-muscle you. So your brain has to become active when you're in these training sessions. And he's just reaped the rewards there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Let's have a look at some of the chances throughout that first half. Many of them coming from Rangers, because we saw the statistics, the possession, 70% over the 45 minutes, which is quite a domination, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, don't forget, Raja have had a man sent off, but time after time, Rangers going forward. What's been good about Rangers, they are taking on the forward pass. And it pays dividends in the end. You get the forward runners, there we go, that's the number 14 there, Henderson making the run forward, the wing back. Yeah, don't let it bounce. Yeah, just little basics there, Rod. Don't let that ball bounce, go and clear it, someone go and meet it.
Raj had a few opportunities in the opening 15 minutes, but this is another one of them, just a shot that's gone wide. Then after that, Rangers sort of got hold of the game, didn't they, by the scruff of the neck.
I mean, if you are going to concede a shot there, you know, do it from 20, 30 yards out.
This was interesting.
Yeah.
That looked like a great move, a training ground. It didn't quite come off, but you can see that they're so well drilled and so well prepared.
We used to do that in training for the U team. A little bit of acting, as though you're disappointed. It just puts the other team off, and they go, "Oh, right." You just switch off for a second. Then your teammate just takes it quickly. There's Coombs again. Sorry, is it Coombs? Yeah, Coombs, number 20.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity. Actually, just needed a slightly firmer connection.
I think he does well. He's trying. He's more or less aiming for the far post there with the flick on. Hard turn there again. Wonderful midfield play there.
By this point, Raja Club Athletic were down to 10 men. We'll have a look at the sending off in just a little while. But even with the 10 men, right at the end, which is, don't switch off, Chris.
Henderson, the wing back there, he just gets dragged over. Maybe give yourself another 2 or 5 yards to your left-hand side there. Doesn't. His awareness just goes off for a minute. Maybe it was just too easy for Rangers at that time. Absolute total domination, and they just got a little bit lax there. Just a little bit of a warning.
Yeah,
for them, which is good. Keeps you on your toes. It was that easy for them, wasn't it?
It was, and you can see things like that can happen. It only takes a second to score a goal in football. Right, let's have a look at that. The sending off then. So 2 yellow cards. They came pretty close to each other, Chris.
Well, it was a red card for me.
Yeah,
he's so close to nearly giving away the penalty. There's the first one. I mean, that's difficult because you only got to touch someone's legs when they're running at that pace and clip the heel. And
it looks
go
more
down.
spectacular than. Yeah.
I don't. Would you give a yellow card for that?
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
I know.
I probably wouldn't. Sorry, I wouldn't. She
This
did.
one is.
This is a yellow card.
Yeah. The first one is so. I think it's accidental. Give a free kick, yeah, but he's paid the price there. I mean, there. Okay, you can argue the first one wasn't a yellow card, but then don't go to ground. Once you've got received the first yellow card, you've got to stay on your feet. You've got to. And you've got to hold your hands up and say, listen, he might get into the box there, Coombs, but I'm going to have to take a chance. By doing that, you're down to 10 men, 1-0 down at the time. Were they 1-0 down at the time? And then it's more or less game over.
Absolutely. Okay, they're all set for the second half. Let's rejoin our commentary team of Nick Summerbee and Mark Tompkins.
Thanks, Rod. Welcome back. Rangers first to show for the second half. Roger just making their way back out now. Rangers first team are in action at Aberdeen tonight in the Scottish Premiership. They'll be hoping for a similar result to this, I'm sure, but still 45 minutes to go. But Rangers have given a very good account of themselves on their debut in this tournament in the first half. Goals from McKinnon and from Kennedy have put them very much in control. Down to 10 men, Raja, don't forget, after Lamek was sent off in the first half for 2 yellow cards. Australian referee gets us underway, then it's Rangers in the blue shirts, white shorts, attacking the goal to the right-hand side in the second half. It's day 3 of the Alkass International Cup here at Aspire Zone in Qatar. And already we've seen some quality football over the first couple of days, and 2 big games today. Paris Saint-Germain in action a little later on this evening as they take on AS Roma. The Rangers looking to continue where they left off in the first half. Very much on the front foot.
I think what he'd like to say is yesterday was probably the game of the tournament so far, Real Madrid and Spartak Moscow, but you'd have to possibly put Rangers in with that now. It's this has been a good performance. We're expecting the same second half. Once again, threading the ball through to Combs again. He's forever busy, running around everywhere, causing problems for the defence of Raja.
There's Miller. Henderson.
Dropping far too deep at the moment, Raja. I mean, if you just look, there's only one player in the Rangers half. You know, at a certain point, you've got to get up and against them. You've got to try and stop them. You've got to compete a bit more, because this is far too easy for Rangers keeping the ball.
Rangers have made a change at half-time, by the way. Charlie Allen has come on. Cole McKinnon, who picked up a knock in that first half, just hobbled off at half-time. So the goal scorer playing no further part in the second half, but Charlie Allen, Northern Ireland under-16 youth international, comes on. He's a player that's still looking for his best position. He can play multiple positions through midfield. He'll play in a more central role today, now that McKinnon has gone off.
And if he's an international, he's obviously a good player. You know, sometimes it takes a bit of time till you get into that position where you feel comfortable. You know, I started off as a centre forward until one day Glenn Oddle, who was at train, he said, just go out to the right hand side and put a few crosses in. I put a few crosses in. All of a sudden, I started playing on the right hand side. So sometimes, you know, it can happen that way. You know, you can just go into a position in training or in a game, and it just feels right, and you go on from there. And somebody believes in that position.
Good ball from Miller, looking to pick out the run of O'Connor, but just beats him into touch. So Raja have played their 2 group games after this. Rangers will play Aspire Academy on Friday. The win here, though, will give them a very good chance of making it through to the quarter-finals. We do play for place, so the team that finishes bottom of the group would still have a match to play in the 9, 10, 11, 12 playoff matches. Young Coombs. Nice turn once again. Allen, Young Coombs, McCausland. Good play again from Rangers. He just flicks the heel of Eladrissa. Tackling back from O'Connor. Allen. McCausland.
Well, he'll be disappointed then, McCausland, then when the ball gets when he gets knocked to him, he doesn't catch it right. Just gets caught under his foot though, but good play by Rangers. When they're losing the ball, they're getting it back very quickly. It's a really positive performance by them.
Snapped in by Kennedy to Dixon. Once again, Raja will bring the ball away with Hauzi. McClelland. Interesting to watch Nathan Youngcoombs just pulls a couple of yards away from the central defender to give himself an option rather than standing right on the central defender.
You know, he's not static, he's not that type of player. Sometimes you can have a player which is good to knock, he's comfortable with you knocking the ball into him. He's not, he likes to manoeuvre around, he's looking to get in behind, he's looking to play on shoulders, look at his movement. You know, sometimes he's looking behind, then he's coming short, here he is on the ball again now. He's always making himself there, he's making himself an option to give him to, and he's very lively.
Rangers' gain is Chelsea's loss. Rangers on the attack once again, away by El Khalafi. McClelland helped on towards O'Connor, but just too high from Charlie Allen. Both teams can make 5 substitutions in the game. The 17s, a couple more substitutes than would normally be allowed. We do play the full 90 minutes as well, not 80 minutes, as some of the junior games are still played at around Europe. An extra 10 minutes can make all the difference. May not sound like a lot, but when you're playing at full power, definitely has a bearing. Raja down to 10 men, don't forget, as they have been from the midway point of the first half when Lamech was sent off. Here's Miller. Not a great ball, he split Kennedy and Henderson.
Just a little bit sloppy, but there's I don't think there's a worry at all at the moment with Rangers. Comfortable in this game. Raja not really getting into Rangers' half, not causing any problems at all. It's all been about Rangers all pretty much through this second half, and they're leading 2-0 as well.
McCausland.
He looks lively, McCausland. He's on the right-hand side. He's very quick with his feet.
Foul on Rahimi. A lot of the goal scoring falling to him at the moment. Rahimi and from Abdenabi have had to sacrifice a man in midfield after the sending off. Idrissa El Arami, a man dropping back. Mentioned that wonderful start that Rangers youth team have had to the start of the season. In addition to their good league position, they've reached the quarter-finals of the SFA Youth Cup.
I think there's been a big change at Rangers, obviously, because they have new owners at the club now, and I'm sure they're sorting out all the youth academy. That's getting redone, but it looks like it's in good hands. Whatever they're doing at the moment, they look good. They really do look the part.
Rahimi, Auzi on the overlap. Abdenabi in the centre. Well, the Raja fans claiming a foul. It was a shot across goal that went just wide. Well, that's the best effort we've seen from Raja, certainly in this second half. It was Abdenabi that went down in the centre under the challenge. There was too much in it. Is there a little nudge from O'Connor?
Not a chance at all. He knows directly there. He knows that somebody's behind him. He knows he's not going to get the ball. As soon as he gets that slices of touches, he goes down. Well done by the referee. Don't fall for that type of thing. The ball was too much anyway. It was going over. You know, he was sandwiched in between the two defenders. He gets the slices of touches, so he makes a bit of a meal out of it. But correct the referee not having any of it at all. They have to concentrate on what they're doing. They have to try and create more chances, Raja, because you're not in this game. The game is passing you by.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't been with us the first couple of days, we have got VAR in operation for the first time in this tournament. We are using female referees that will referee the Women's World Cup in France in the summer. Raja had a VAR decision to their benefit in the first game. A handball by Aspire led to a penalty. Here's Miller. Cleland has stayed down inside the centre circle. Miller will put the ball out so he can get some treatment. The Rangers captain just took a slight knock as he tumbled.
I'll tell you what's happened there. He's pulled something there. He's obviously stretching for the ball. He's let the ball bounce. As he's stretching for it, he's pulled something. Straight away, you get a bit of an idea. He looks over to the bench as if to say no. You'll see now, watch, there he is. His foot's going to go up now. There it is there now. Straight away, he's obviously pulled something. I don't think he's twisted his ankle.
Well, there might be 2-0 down, but the Raja fans continue to make plenty of noise. We're here in numbers the other night for the opening game against Aspire. And I'm sure whichever match Raja play next, whether it be a quarter-final or a match for the lower placings, they'll be hearing their numbers as well. McClellan will be okay. Here comes a change from Raja there first. To be Berahal that's coming on in place of Abdenabi.
Once again, it's great to see all the Raja fans having so much of a good time, really making a noise in that far corner, even though they're losing 2-0.
I think Rangers are saying that they should have the ball back, and indeed Raja do oblige. So Osama Berahal is the man that's come on. We're going to see a Rangers substitution as well. Ryan Muir is going to come on. Here's Mujid Murajid. Wide of the target though. It's McClellan that's gone off. He normally plays as a right back, Ryan Muir. So it'll be interesting to see if they just change the formation slightly. It will be McClellan, the man that's gone off after that knock a moment or so ago. And Muir may well go in at right back with O'Connor moving into the centre. He's giving the captain's armband to O'Connor. Usually part of the under-18 set up Ryan Muir, so already playing a year above his age group. Good running by Dixon. McCausland just came off his shin and will go for a goal kick.
Come to a nice work so far for Rangers. You don't feel at all Raja have got it in them really to get back into this game. It's really all been about Rangers. It's all the possession, all the play. It's a case of the Rangers getting more goals.
Khalafi. O'Connor. Space here for Thompson. Long ball looking for young Coombs. It will run through to Muir, but again just beats him into touch. David McCallum just pacing his technical area. Hasn't had to do too much. Shouting at his team in the match so far. They've pretty much controlled things from start to where we are now, 59th minute. And at the moment they're heading for 3 points in what looks like it could be a tight group. Group A. The Rangers will play Aspire Academy on Friday in their final group game.
That could be an interesting game, that. Obviously Aspire, not the best of starts for them, so you'd imagine they're going to bounce back. And this is a comfortable performance by Rangers, so it could be quite an interesting group now at the end of this game.
Well, importantly for Rangers, their goal difference is better than Raja's, which could come into play in terms of making a quarter-final. Certainly come into play in terms of where you finish in the group and who you play in your next game. Here's Allen. Tried to slip it through for Muir, but didn't quite have the ability to get to him. He's gone for a goal kick.
It's the right type of idea, just tried to thread it through, but just a little bit too much on the pass. Here's Raja trying to play. There's another one of the Ranger players seem to have gone down. I think it looks like, is it a hamstring or cramp, or once again it's 60 minutes and you're seeing some of these boys having cramp and can't get it. Is this because they play 80 minutes back in Scotland? Is that what you were saying before? Well, surely you play 90 minutes, don't you?
Well, some youth games under 17, under 16 still play 80 minutes rather than the FIFA standard 90 minutes, but we are playing 90 minutes in this. It's Kai Kennedy, scorer of the second goal that's gone down. I don't think Rangers will take any risks with anybody that picks up a knock. They can use the 5 subs, they've already used one. Charlie Allen coming on at half-time for McKinnon.
I just can't work it out, though. I don't understand how kids at their age, what they are now, are getting cramp after 60 minutes. Unless that's something, is it the diet, what they're on? Is it? I've never seen so much cramp. Surely we never used to see cramp. Like, I've never seen so much cramp as that. You're supposed to be your fittest when you're younger, aren't you? The first time I ever saw somebody with cramp was when it went into extra time or the end of an FA Cup. That's the only time I ever saw it. I said, what's the matter there? It's not, I can't see boys getting it now. There's not even an argument back for that. We need to get the salt tablets down there. Bring them salt tablets back.
Raja are making a change. Ashab has come on. It's Mujir Rashid, the man who had that shot a moment or so ago, that's gone off. Now Kennedy looks like he'll play no further part, so they will make another change. It's going to be Alex Lowry that's coming on.
mean, just look how deep they are, Raja. There, you've got to try and get back into this game somehow or other. You get to the halfway mark. It's very, very comfortable for Rangers, moving the ball around. So much possession.
Miller looking for young Coombs. Put in again from Miller. Allen. Young Coombs on the chase. McCausland in the centre. Chip up towards Muir. McCausland.
They can start taking a few chances now, Rangers, in and around the box. Let's have a shot. Let's try and get a few more, a little bit more of an end product for the possession what you're having. You know, you can start enjoying it a little bit now. It's just coming up to 63 minutes, and it's all about you. So just edge of the box. You know, let's pull the trigger. Let's have a little bit of a go. Let's, you know, just try and step it up there in that sort of respect, because you're going to get tested further down in this tournament.
Well, Alex Lowry's come on, and I was chatting to the coach about him, and he says he's one of these talented youngsters that can do things with the ball that you can't explain. So look out for some interesting tricks from him. Another player that's predominantly under 16 but has already played for the under 18 side, Alex Lowry. Part of an under 18 training camp in Turkey last month. Did well in Turkey, went to the Gold City Resort, drew with Tepe, won against Alanya Sport. Useful exercise for the players, getting some warm weather training. Bitterly cold at home in the UK, of course, at the moment. Here's Allen. No addition to the half-time score. Looking for young Coombs. Allen trying to weave his way through, still has possession. Couldn't quite pick the pass from Muir.
Once again, good play in and around the box, moving the ball around, crisp and sharp. Just need that little bit of an end product. It eventually gets prodded out or gets a deflection. It's now a corner just down on the right-hand side for Rangers.
Corner nodded down. Young Coombs, brilliant shot on the turn and a wonderful save by Zabir. Good football all round. But he was denied in the first half by the goalkeeper, Young Coombs, and he's been denied again. Wonderful save. Palmed away. That was heading in for the top corner. That would have been spectacular goal for Rangers. Great save. And it's another Rangers corner. Pressure on here. It's Lowry, the substitute, that will take it. Good movement from Allen. Rangers are going to make another change in just a moment. Matt Yates is going to come on. Miller. Muir back to O'Connor. Bit of space here for Allen. Half-time substitute. Lowry. Good running. Young Coombs allows to run. Here's McCausland in a goal! Just wide. So close to a third for Rangers. Denied a moment or so ago by Zabir, and McCausland just wide of that post. Didn't quite get the bend on it at the end of the shot, but really good effort. A bit of confusion about who's coming off, I think, at the moment.
Good time to make changes as well now, Rangers. They're able to do this, and it gives some of the fringe players that little bit of a chance there. And I like to say, I'm looking forward to seeing Coombs know he's put a lot of energy into that first and second half, parts of the second half there, looking lively, making runs, always willing. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
There's young Coombs, the man that's come off. That was his shot a moment or so ago, brilliantly tipped over by Zubir. That was his final part to play in the game. We've seen little from Raja in this second half. Rahimi down to 10 men, don't forget, after Lamek's early sending off. Miller. Lowry. 2 up ahead of him. Just clipped. Free kick to Rangers.
Raja there looking to make a substitution. He's a big boy who's coming on. Tell you who it is now. I think it is number 11. Is it Baba? Looks like he's coming on there for Raja. He looks like a big boy. If he's a centre forward, he could be that person that holds on to the ball. This is well worked down this right-hand side by Rangers. Can they put the cross in? Goes out for the corner. Once again, McCullen there, just down that right-hand side. Ever so busy all throughout this game.
Corson just getting around the back of El Khalafi once again. The 2 defenders between them managing to get the ball for a corner, but Alex Lowry will come across to take it. We're into the final quarter of the match. It's been a very good match so far for Rangers on their debut in this competition. Decent looking corner as well, no one able to get ahead on it. O'Connor now wearing the captain's armband. This will leave both teams at the top of the group with 3 points. It looked offside suspiciously, but it'll run through to Alkass in the Rangers goal, who's had very little to do in this second half. Been a virtual spectator. So his father was a goalkeeper with Partick Thistle. Actually played with David McCallum, the coach at Partick.
Saying then a lovely first time pass then from Mill. As soon as the ball was kicked from the centre half there, he just passed it on with a wonderful first touch.
Raja will make the change. Rahimi's the man coming off and Baba is the player coming on. Came on as a substitute with 10 minutes to go against Aspire, so second appearance off the bench for him. From what you've seen so far from Rangers, is this a better performance than Etoile Sportive, who gave a good account of themselves yesterday?
It's a good performance. I think both are very good performances, but we just wanted to see really what they're all about, and I am really looking forward to seeing when they get tested more. This has been an easy game for them. You know, they have every chance to go very far in this tournament, maybe to even win it. That's how impressed I've been with this performance now. Raja, who've got the first victory against Aspire, you think, hang on a minute, it's going to be a difficult game. They've totally outclassed them in every aspect of the game. You know, so it's all we can do is see about the next game, because at the moment this is just plain sailing for Rangers. Very impressive, by the way. It's very difficult to say a negative.
A 2-0 win would be good enough to put Rangers into the quarter-finals, because it would give them a better goal difference than Raja. Whatever happened in that last match against Aspire, as long as they better Raja Club Athletics goal difference, they'll be into the last 8 of the competition, which is not a bad place to be. Squads of 20 in this tournament. 9 other players on the substitutes bench, 5 subs per match. Rangers have made 4 of their 5 changes already. Clever substitutions by David McCallum.
I think that's a good thing to do, especially when you're in a cup competition with a lot of games in a small period of time. Let all the players play. We're in a comfortable position like this. You know, let all the players give the guys a bit of a chance on the bench, which is a good thing, and it just keeps it all fresh.
Charlie Allen. Fire that through to Dixon with a little bit of pace, but didn't quite reach him. Another game to come. In around about 45 minutes' time, it's AS Roma, the Italians, against Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain drew their opening game. Here's McCausland. He's done well to win the ball back, McCausland. Plenty of green shirts back in the penalty area, managing to get the ball away from danger. And Paris Saint-Germain drew their opening game against Kashiwa Reysol, so they'll be keen to get their first victory under their belts against AS Roma, making their second appearance in the competition. Here's McCausland in on goal for number 3. Good save by the goalkeeper. Away by Alkass as McCausland tried to get onto the rebound. And then the shot from Dixon. There's actually Yates on the edge of the area firing over the top, but another great chance for Rangers.
Yeah, the great pass by the long-haired youngster Lowry came on now. What a lovely pass by the outside of his right foot. You know, he said that the coach said he can do all sorts of things with the ball. Fantastic bit of vision when it came to him.
Good skills by Hosey. 2 in the centre. Zimarawi. Rangers just need to stay strong at the back. Was there a touch there in the penalty area? Well, the Raja coach saying that should be one for VAR.
Let's have a look again, a break into the box. No, not at all. Well done, referee. I mean, everything what Raja are looking for. As he goes in, there's only one thing he's doing, he's going down. Referee doesn't even look twice at it. Doesn't even go to the VAR, which I think is really right as well.
Yeah, we are using referees that will be in charge of the Women's World Cup in June and July in France. We do have VAR in operation as well, but no need for VAR on that occasion. It was clearly no contact. Casey Ribet is the referee today from Australia. Here's Baba, the substitute. Good challenge by Allen. Lowry, a little bit of space for him to work in midfield now. McCausland in behind the defenders once again. It's McCausland going cross-field. Maybe should have let the ball go a little bit earlier. It was a good challenge.
He's had a couple of situations like that. His wonderful first touch. He's got to have an end product. He's got to get his shot in. Got to do something. He tries to take that extra touch. Tries to beat the extra play. Just take the shot straight away. You know, his first touch is that good. He's got to finish it off with something. A couple of situations we've seen that. Just needs to do a little bit better.
Just wondered that incident a moment or so ago when the Raja player went down. Was there maybe an argument for a yellow card for diving? Because there was clearly no contact.
I mean, that's 2 situations there. The crosswalk came in when they tried to get a penalty. 2 penalties he tried to get there. You know, I don't think it needs it though. It doesn't need. That's all they're trying to do. Trying to get a foul by cheating. Really, referee's not having it. It's not about that. It's not that type of game. It's all about Rangers. They're in charge of the game.
Won back by Lowry. No foul. Raja just seeing a little bit more of the ball now in this second half. Baba. It's a good tackle by Hend. Might be Thompson out there actually who's gone down injured. Maybe again another touch of cramp.
I'm going to have to ask some of these coaches why these players get cramp. I really am going to have to. You know, please don't think I'm being. I know they put a lot into it, but the pitches are perfect. You're not playing on a load of mud. It's, you know, it's not been really energetic, but they keep getting this cramp.
I was talking to one of the Rangers coaching staff earlier on, and he said there are 3 Rangers teams in action today. There's another youth team game somewhere. The first team at Aberdeen. The under-17 series said, and this will be by far the best surface that they play on in those 3 matches. And you can see why. Perfect conditions here at Aspire. And I mean, it's worth emphasising for, you know, I know a lot of people are watching us on Facebook at the moment, the live stream, which is allowing people around the world to see this young talent on display. you know, this is a prestigious tournament, and I noticed Miroslav Klose saying in the magazine today that they're treating it a little bit like a training camp, which is possibly not necessarily the right way to approach this. It is a tournament run in a very professional manner, on the lines of a sort of European Championship or a Club World Cup type of scenario.
Yeah, the way these clubs get looked after from as soon as they get picked up at the airport, it's like a Champions League game. The accommodation where they're staying, the training facilities, they are looked after. The media and everything what is covering it is absolutely massive. So this is the best. This is the best you're going to see, and it's proved with the players throughout the years which have actually gone through. There's just short of 30 players playing on the world stage now, and if you watch in the studio every day, we show you these players. Rabiot, there's so many of them. Rabiot is one which is a big name on everybody's newspapers at the moment because he's at Paris Saint-Germain, and so many clubs are looking at him, so watch where he goes. You know, and this talent just keeps coming through, and it's a chance for you to try and pick the player who you think out there is going to go and make it all the way, and you can watch the journey.
Adam Devine is preparing to come on for Rangers' final change. We've got 12.5 minutes to go here at Aspire Zone. It's match 5 of the Alkass International Cup 2019. Victory so far for Raja Club in their opening game. Etoile Sportive de Sahel yesterday over Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid over Spartak Moscow. Rangers heading for 3 points. And then a little later it's AS Roma against Paris Saint-Germain. Tomorrow we see another 2 debutants. Altin Nordu will play Etoile Sportive, and Real Madrid will take on Suwon Samsung. There's going to be a yellow card here for Henderson. So Rangers' first yellow card of the tournament. Matt Henderson into the book. Thompson's gone off. He was the man who went down with cramp a moment or so ago, so Adam Devine has come on. Again, another Scottish youth international, another player that's played at under 18 level. Looks like he's gone into a central defensive position alongside O'Connor.
Just over 10 minutes left of this game, obviously time added after that.
Larry, nice turn, he's got 2 up ahead of him. Yates just had the look of the bounce, went for goal. Zubir watches it wide. Bit of confidence though around this Rangers team at the moment.
Yeah, rightly so as well. They've totally dominated the game. Just cut inside, why not have a strike? Just pulls it wide, but once again, a lot of confidence coming into this tournament. Not seen any nerves at all for Rangers. It's been a really good performance, some good players there. And this gives them the confidence to go into the next game. There's no reason why they can't qualify through the group.
I say, with the way this scoreline is with the goal difference, Raja, of course, have played both their games, so they'd have 3 points with a -1 goal difference as it stands. So whatever happened in the third game, it would mean that that the Rangers can't not qualify with 3 points and a +1 goal difference. Well, they could if they were hammered by Aspire, of course, but then we come down to goal difference, goals scored, etc. Rangers are hoping to be a little more clear-cut than that.
I think it'd be safe to say Aspire must win their next game. Would I be right by saying that? Against Rangers, they've got to win it if they're going to have any sort of chance of going through.
A little tug there on Devine. Indeed it was, spotted by the referee. There's Allen. Causland.
Edge of the box here now, good play by Rangers. This is better, can he get the strike in? That's better, lovely play, probably deserved a goal. Lovely 1-2 at the edge of the box there. The strike eventually comes in from McClelland, but that's better from him then. Lovely, sharp 1-2, there's a strike at the end. You just think to yourself, can he just bend it into that far corner? He does deserve it.
Yeah, Ross McCausland, Northern Ireland Youth International. He's looked lively in the game, he's certainly seen plenty of the ball. Raja down to 10 men for much of the game, don't forget, after Lamek was sent off in the first half. There's Mitach. Away by Miller. It's not been a good day for Hicham Abishirane. Total contrast to the other night, of course, the elation of winning their first game in this tournament, having lost all three when they were here a couple of years ago. But they've really been up against it right from the very first whistle today. Rangers set out their stall and have really kept to their game plan all the way through. The fact Raja went down to 10 early on hasn't helped, but in truth, it hasn't really affected the outcome of the result so far. Nice ball for Berahal. Is there a consolation in this for the team from Morocco? Yates. He's done well, Yates. Might come through for Larry! Good save by Zubir. Inside of his legs, saved the day. Great chance for Lowry to make it 3. I think the flag went up. It was a late flag on this near side, but just ran through for Lowry. He was well onside when the ball was played through, so that might have been one for VAR to look at, had the ball gone in. Zubir getting a little bit lucky, the ball just striking his knee. Lowry knows how close he was. Should be offside against Berahal. Rangers' next game is on Friday against Aspire Academy. A challenge by Miller. Larry caught in possession. Baba. Berahal. It's the ball around Muir, manages to keep it in play. Trying to pick out Ashab. Larry. It's the captain, Shiruki. Giving the ball away. Another throw into Rangers. He'll just be happy to run down the remaining minutes. 5 plus added time to go. Dixon. And 2 players up ahead of him. Lowry tried to play it back to him. Houzi will gather, given away there by Raja. Lowry again. Eladrissa went to ground early. There's another shot which has taken a deflection this time from Kieran Dixon. Great play in the build-up once again from Rangers. A little bit fortunate that Eladrissa didn't get the challenge in. Just flicked off the defender. Lowry. She's trying to stab it through for Yates, but too many green shirts back behind the ball. Houzi. Baba. Achab. Berahal. Well, not only have they played well in midfield, Rangers, in the way they've created chances, they've also been very solid at the back, despite having to make a couple of changes in the second half through injury. Devine and Muir coming in. Henderson and O'Connor have been the constants in that back four since the opening of the match. They have made all 5 substitutions now, David McCallum. Baba. That's a long way out. No test for Budauskas. Raja going to make them another change. Azrur is coming on. It's going to be El Adrissa that comes off. Really, it's just a question, I think, of running the clock down now. Well, the beauty of this tournament is you get your chance to pit your wits against teams from not just different countries but different associations as well. Raja can be a little bit physical, but they've been really tamed by Rangers today. The Aspire Academy will offer a different test in the next match in a couple of days' time. They'll be wounded after their opening defeat to Raja. There's a lot said about the Qatar team that run the Asia Cup recently. 14 of those players came through Aspire Academy. 2 of them were actually on this pitch 6 years ago when Aspire Academy played Aspire International. Felix Sanchez was the coach then as well. But if they can play like they played today, there'll be a test for anyone in this tournament. Here's Baba. Went down unchallenged, and it was an unnecessary handball, which gives Rangers the free kick. Dixon. Allen. It's a shooting chance. Wasn't too far away. The Raja defenders just backed off him, almost inviting the shot from Charlie Allen, the half-time substitute. It wasn't too far away. Here come Rangers again. On the turn was Yates, but couldn't get over that one. That's the second ball on the roof of the gym behind Zubia's goal. Good effort. Wasn't too far away. Probably feel they deserve a third goal, Rangers, for the way they've played. They've had the chances in the second half. McCausland might not be finished just yet. Good ball, great strike again. One-handed save by Zubia, and back again. And they have now got a third goal. Right in front of goal. It's Matt Yates who couldn't miss. And they have been rewarded for what's been a great performance by Glasgow Rangers. McCausland involved in the build-up. And then when the ball came back in again for a second time, it was a wonderful save from Zubia. First time shot, fired in by Dixon, and when he got the ball back across the second time, there was Yates, unmarked. And Rangers have put the seal on what's been a fantastic debut in this competition. They lead Raja by 3-0. We're into 3 minutes added time at the end of the 90. We've seen plenty of goals in the last 2 days. 10 goals yesterday, now 2 matches. 3 already here today. Could have been a lot more. Matach just stumbled and allows Allen to win the ball back for Rangers, and in search of a fourth. It's 4 against 3. Little reverse ball. Here's Dixon. Oh, takes a tumble. Penalty. Clipped by Azrour. So Rangers have got a chance of another goal. 2 goals maybe in quick succession at the end of the match. The Australian referee was right on the mark. Little clip of the ankles from Azrour. They were just opened up again, Raja. Down to 10 men, don't forget. There's the little clip. Dixon going down. Yeah, just a clip of the ankles. And it's going to be Kieran Dixon to take the penalty. Raja just complaining the ball's not correctly on the penalty spot. Referee seems happy. Cherukhi, well, just been a little bit picky. Not the captain's armband, Cherukhi, but just trying to delay things for Dixon. I think the referee is going to VAR, just for confirmation. Well, there was, I think, certainly was a little bit of contact that just clipped the ankles from Azrour. Certainly taken a while. There's the touch. Well, it's gone for a free kick, so the initial contact was just outside the box. It's a yellow card for Azrour. So again, VAR has been used to back up the decision. It seemed to take quite a while, that, for the official to decide to go to VAR. Obviously, VAR are looking at decisions all the time. If they feel the referee needs to look at something again, they will just say, you might want to look at it again. She didn't need to come across to the screen on this side, but it was just outside the penalty area. Larry's one of 2 over the ball at the moment. Dixon there as well. He was the man who would have taken the penalty had it been given. Could be the last kick of the match. We've played over the 3 minutes added time. We're already into the 95th minute. And Dixon's just moved the ball back a little bit to give himself a chance of maybe getting this one up and down. Here comes Dixon, straight into the wall. Well, there goes the full-time whistle. It's the final kick of the match, and it's a wonderful performance by Rangers on their debut in this competition. 2 goals in the first half. Raja had a player sent off. They played 3/4 of the match with 10 men. Rangers added a late 3rd goal to put the seal on what was a great victory. Yates with the 3rd, McKinnon and Kennedy with the goals in the first half. And Rangers have put 1 foot in the quarter-finals. They play Aspire Academy in their next game on Friday. But a very competent performance by Rangers tonight, and they will be one to watch as this tournament progresses. Well, disappointment for Raja. They do have 3 points, of course. They're still in with the shout, but it's out of their hands now. They need to wait and watch what happens between Rangers and Aspire. McKinnon's goal was a wonderful one, back to goal. Turn and find beyond Zabir. And then Kai Kennedy, well, after the sending off of Lemec, Kennedy finding space on the edge of the box to just roll the ball into the bottom corner beyond Zabir. Just created plenty in the second half. Young Coombs forced a fine save from Zabir with the overhead kick. And eventually they did get the 3rd. Wonderful save by Zabir, but when Dixon delivered, Yates was on hand.